What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today I'm going to be talking about and highlighting Underground. Now, Underground is a series from Saturday AM magazine as part of their Saturday PM line, which is kind of more geared towards more mature adult series and stuff. Um, and of course, the story and art is written by J.R.D. Bard. Now, a couple things I want to go into. So, this is the first series from the awesome folks over at Saturday AM Magazine that I am covering on my channel, podcast, all that jazz. And honestly, this is something that has been long overdue. Um, because, like I said, shout out to them because in the last couple of years since I started doing podcasts and reviews and all this stuff, whatever, um, they have continued to grow and grow and grow to now where it's beyond just digital issues of their stuff. They're now physically available in the store since I believe a little over a year ago. And so it's always very dope whenever I'm in the store and I see that very familiar red and yellow with a splash of orange Saturday AM logo. And that is how I ended up with this in my hands this week because, I guess I'll kind of give a general synopsis of what this series is, and then actually no. Let me touch on my journey to picking this up. So had a bit of a crazy life related week, and so after work and some appointments and stuff, whatever, Friday went by the local comic book store that I've been going to for years, but I only drop in there once every few months or whatever. Because of course I've also been trying to restrain myself on buying so much, and so I'm strolling through looking at whatever, and they have on top of their bookshelves, which is about eye level for me, a little under eye level, whatever. I'm a little over 6 foot myself, just for context. And so they have different, comic books and manga and stuff, whatever, highlighted on top. So as I'm going around or whatever, Underground is sitting right there looking at me. And so many of y'all have probably heard me mention before that some of the key things to get my attention and as to why I still enjoy physically going into stores and just browsing the shelves or whatever, because sometimes you'll stumble across stuff that you would never see or know about if you only aware of what comes across your timeline or your YouTube feed on Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff, whatever. And so the few things that typically get me is the cover art, and with that being said, what's on the cover, the title of it, the design of the title, all these little details are things that are going to get my attention. Now, with this cover for Underground, of course, the first thing that gets my attention is the character design. Because not very often you see a character that's of a darker shade who has some very dope looking hair, got some dreads, and then this very awesome logo for the title that says Underground, but it's kind of shattered. So I'm like, okay, all this stuff is speaking to me, and so I'm kind of flipping through the pages, whatever, and I see some martial arts, some fighting, whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I initially don't buy it or whatever. I'm like, you know what? No, Robert, trying to not buy nothing right now, whatever. So I'll leave, go home, thinking about that, and another series I was gonna get, this Spider-Man Fake Red. Talking to my wife about how excited I was or interested I was in them or whatever. So I'm like, and she was like, Robert, just go back to the store and buy them. So a few hours later, I was like, yeah, okay. Go back to the store, just walk straight in, just beeline, pick them up, whatever. And within a day, finish this and instantly fell in love. So now, to explain what exactly this is, Underground follows our main character, and forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this, but I believe it's pronounced Karim Yun, Karim, last name Yun, who is a biracial Taekwondo fighter. And this series, which let me just show y'all, just some of the early pages of this. So, along with the detail of the cover and stuff, the detail of the art from all the characters to the fluid motion of the fighting, and just the characters in general, it is all so well done, so detailed. And like I said, like seeing a character like Karim is one that you don't get to see too often, and done in such a way to where it just highlights of like, hey, there are all different types of people out there in the world that do all different types of dope things. And so seeing a character of color who is into all these different mixed martial arts, who in the story has gone to some of the highest heights in their respective sport, because early on in the book, it talks about how he became one of America's first Olympic kickboxing champions. And that is just like something super dope and inspiring to see, just like within like the early pages of it. But like I said, the basic setup for this, like I said, is you have Karim, who was kind of like I said, top of his game when it comes to Taekwondo and mixed martial arts at a Olympic level. He ends up in a situation where him and his brother have an encounter with a random guy who we find out is from a underground street fighting thing. Karim suffers a very bad injury and is pretty much out the game for a while. And so the story is kind of following his journey to get back into things and to also seek revenge on this person he runs into. But in order for him to do that, he has to enter into the underground world of mixed martial arts and underground fighting and stuff. And like I said, like some of the different characters that you meet along the way, uh, which let me pull them up. His name is Leonardo Espinoza, or Leon Espinoza. Sorry, let me see if I can get this correct. Yeah. Wait, shout out! I love these different color covers for the different chapters and stuff. But let me get to a look at Leon. Here's a little bit of look at Leon there. But yeah, but it's just so good, and getting a chance to not only get more information and background on our main character, but also some of these characters that he is fighting and encountering along the way. And another dope character as well, that somebody who is kind of by his side as he goes on this journey, is, let me see if I can find, I know she is somewhere here, but this young lady named Maya, who, here she is, Maya, who he met while he was in the hospital going through rehabilitation and healing and stuff, whatever. She was his nurse, and so they ended up becoming really close. And so she is also along with him on this journey to, like I said, as he's trying to go for revenge, and she of course follows him or accompanies him just to try to be there to support him and to be there to help, for medical purposes or whatever. Because of course, yes, he's healed, but it's like the injuries, the broken ribs, all this crazy stuff he suffered or whatever. He probably should have sat down a little bit longer, but she's there to kind of like be helpful. But this is also kind of giving her an opportunity to see this other side of him, to see who he is when he is in these fights and stuff. And so that is just something that is just like very dope and very cool to see. And so yeah, like I said, I don't want to I don't want to spoil it too much, whatever, because this is definitely one that I highly encourage y'all to go check out for yourselves. And of course, got to show another very dope um, color page spread. But yeah, this was just like such a very dope series. Like I said, just with all the different characters. I definitely appreciate the detail on even the small stuff, which like with the hair, and it's like, okay, all the fighters, all the characters, they got their nice crisp edge ups, dreads on point, whatever the case may be or whatever. Everything is on point. Uh, but like I said, it's a pretty nice, well-rounded cast of characters. Like I said, super dope uh, action panels and stuff, and just kind of get to see all these different techniques, which kind of brings me to talking about a little bit about the author. And I hope that someday in the future I might get a chance to speak with him about some of this stuff. But this is one thing that I always appreciate, where when you finish reading a manga or whatever the case may be, and there's something about the author or the creator somewhere within it, kind of give you a little bit more insight into the person that created the thing that you just read. So I'm gonna read his about the author. So J.R. DeBard, who is John Raymond DeBard, is a comic book artist from New York. He has a Bachelor in Fine Arts with a Graphic Design concentration from Birmingham University. He worked in print publication and design until 2018, when he began publishing his martial arts series Underground in the digital magazine Saturday PM. And more information on him: a second degree black belt in Taekwondo with additional training in Muay Thai, boxing, and Hapkido. JR aims to bring that knowledge to the pages of his manga. And so when I read that part, that gave so much more appreciation and context to everything that I had just read and seen, because of course, there are a lot of authors and creators who are able to draw and convey certain stuff because they've done research or they've consulted with someone who is knowledgeable about whatever martial arts thing or fighting or whatever the series is covering or whatever. But it's a extra level of detail when the creator himself has done the things that this character is doing in this series, which I think was just like super extra dope. And I found like a couple pictures of JR, and I can see a little bit of inspiration, and maybe I'm, you know, looking too deeply into it, but I myself, as a outside person, see a little bit of JR and the character design of Karim. So maybe coincidence, maybe not, but yeah. So like I said, that just made things just like extra dope to know that the author also has a background in a lot of these mixed martial arts and stuff. So it kind of like to just like added more detail and weight to the fights and the different techniques and stuff. And other thing too that I appreciate, just like more backstory on Karim, was that his dad was a kickboxing champion, and the dad is the one that taught Karim and his brother, which I believe his brother's name is Elijah, taught and trained both of them in Taekwondo. So just extra dope. And y'all always know I appreciate the family ties and the family things when it comes to series and stuff. But yeah, so shout out to, like I said, once again, to Saturday AM and this series Underground from J.R. DeBard, and it's also published by Quarto, if I pronounced that right, from Rockport. But yeah. So like I said up top, sorry Saturday AM that I have not shown y'all the love that y'all have definitely been deserving for a long time. But I'm glad that I got off to a very awesome start with Underground. And those of y'all watching the video version, I also have another something else from them that I might have mentioned before, but it's the Saturday AM annual, where it's kind of like a year's collection of different things from a multitude of the different series and creators and things like that. And like I said, Saturday AM, they specialize in highlighting diversity, not just in or they highlight diversity in both the creators behind the stories, but also in the stories having a diverse cast of characters from all walks of life. And like I said, a lot of these stories come from all over the world, from of course here in the U.S. to Nigeria, the U.K., Australia, Greece, Ghana, um, Brazil, Jamaica, Lithuania, so many places or whatever, and that is just so awesome to see. And like I said, it has been super awesome every time I go into, whether it be my local comic book store or various other, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, Books a Million, wherever, and seeing that Saturday AM logo and more of their works donning the shelves with lots of other dope series. And so yeah, so shout out to y'all, and I definitely look forward to checking out more of this because this one just came out, and I don't know when Volume 2 will be coming out, but it will definitely be on my radar. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for watching and or listening. I of course will have links to all the stuff for Saturday AM and the social media for the author J.R. DeBard. So y'all make sure y'all go show them some love and support, and let me know if y'all have checked out Underground, and if so, what did y'all think? And if y'all have any other recommendations from the Saturday AM lineup or just other series in general that y'all want me to check out, as always, hit your boy up because I am at Dad Needs to Talk everywhere on all social medias. And my contact information, of course, is on my YouTube channel, all that jazz. And I will catch y'all on the next one. So, y'all be easy and peace.